The Buckeyes will be heading on the road to Austin, Texas this year in week 2 to play the Texas Longhorns as they are looking revenge for the past 2 years. Let's talk about it. Alright, so before we get into this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We are at 228. We are 2 away from 230, so if you want to help us get there, that would be amazing. Also, remember to like today's show before you leave if you enjoyed today's show. It means the world to me and helps YouTube promote all my videos. I have just dropped a ton of videos. We're trying to do 2 videos a day for this whole weekend. So make sure you go watch all of them. I did a video on Fox's top 10 rivalries. I just did one over the Columbus Aviators and the UFL as they play tomorrow. I've done stuff for James Smith, the interview. I'm going to be doing one about Jeremiah Smith's interview, Cortez. Hey, we got all of the stuff coming. So go watch all those videos on the channel and catch up if you've not watched the videos in the past couple of days. We got a lot of interesting things to talk about, but today I already did a preview of Ohio State versus Michigan. I want to do one over Ohio State, Texas. We got a lot of these big games this year with Michigan, Texas, Oregon, USC, Indiana, Iowa, Illinois, Nebraska. I mean, so like, I'm going to be doing ones for all of Ohio State's schedule. And eventually after spring, we'll be doing a Ohio State schedule prediction. We'll do it all for your favorite teams. We'll do Oregon, Bama, Georgia, Michigan, Penn State, Indiana, USC. We're going to be doing everybody's schedule. Notre Dame, Miami, Texas Tech, Kansas State, whatever. We're doing everybody. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay tuned to see your favorite teams get their schedule prediction done. But for today, I want to talk about Ohio State, Texas, as I do have Purdue, Arizona on my side. One of the best basketball games I've seen in a long time. It's been great. But I want to talk about Ohio State and Texas going in because this game is not week 1 like last year. It is not week 1, and that means a lot because we saw what happened last year because of this game was week 1 with 2 new starting quarterbacks. We saw how limited both people were, especially Arch going on the road for the first time in Julian's first game ever. So, Ohio State leads the series with the Longhorns 3-2 with a 2-game winning streak. They beat them last year 14-7, and then they beat them 28-14 in the playoffs the year before. I looked at the series for this game. Nobody has ever gotten to 30 points in this game before. The closest, I think, was 28. No one's ever gotten to 30 points in this game before, so expect a relative mid to low scoring game as usual. I'd be surprised if someone got to 30 in this game. But yeah, last year this game was 1 versus 2 in the Coaches Bowl, 1 versus 3 in the AP poll, was really the number 1 versus number 2 team at the time. For this year, I am projecting it to be like number 2 Ohio State versus number 4 Texas. I think your top 5 is probably, like, they love to disrespect Ohio State. When Ohio State was on their championship run, they put Georgia over them. They put Ohio State at 3 last year. So they love to disrespect Ohio State. So I suspect it to be Oregon 1, Ohio State 2, Notre Dame 3, Texas 4, Indiana 5, Georgia 6. That's like my projected top 6-ish. So I think it's probably going to be 2 versus 4. We'll see with week 1 if they want to change it after that, but I doubt they will because no one's really playing anybody in week 1. You look at the stories last year. The biggest thing was the quarterbacks matchup. Last year, Arch Manning's hype was huge. I've said it before. Arch Manning right now is still not better than Arch Manning before last year, which is crazy. And for some reason, the hype has come back. Right now, I think it's CJ Carr as the Heisman, the front runner and the odds for the preseason. But really, I mean, for a while it was Arch Manning, and probably will be Arch Manning again. Arch Manning came in as the Heisman favorite, number 1 overall pick. He's going to be everything. Lead Texas to a national championship, or at least to get to the national championship. And he was horrible in the Ohio State game, horrible in the Florida game, horrible in the Georgia game. And he was like pretty good. I mean, in the Kentucky game was not good at the win in overtime. The Mississippi State game had to come all the way back in overtime to win. And then against A&M played well, and then against Michigan he played well stat-wise, but if you actually watch him in that Michigan game, he is still very, very inaccurate, but he's very deadly on the ground. And that'll be definitely a thing to look out for without having Sonny Styles or Arvar Reese to spy him. You're going to be having some new young linebackers and some unexperienced linebackers having to spy him. So that'll be an interesting matchup. We'll talk about that a little bit. But the hype is coming back. He is back to being one of the Heisman finalists, Heisman favorites. Number 3 overall, number 1 overall pick. Like for some reason, without proving it for some reason, he has gotten back to being college football's finest, and I don't see it. I don't see it. Last year, to be honest, he did not have a good year. He got better in the second half of the year, 26 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, over 3,100 passing yards, 10 rushing touchdowns. But compared to Julian, who really was disrespected all of the preseason, Julian was told not to do much in that first game, 13-20 with like 3 drops. Really should have been 15-20, 80% completion rate, and he had 126 passing yards and 1 touchdown. Finished the year 32 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He is the Heisman finalist. He is the only remaining Heisman finalist. He's the last one, so really he should be the best player. Him and Jeremiah should be the best players in the country this year. If I look at the stories coming into this year, Joel Klatt put Arch Manning the 3rd overall pick in the all college football draft. I'm gonna be doing that because it's fun. I want to do that. So we're gonna be doing a video about that. And that's basically, if you look at this year's draft and everyone was eligible, who would go? It was like Fernando 1, Dante Moore 2, Arch Manning 3, Jeremiah Smith 4. Arch Manning over Julian Sayin. Even though Julian was a Heisman finalist, Arch Manning has not proved anything. Hasn't proved a damn thing. I don't care that he's a Manning. I thought we figured this all out last year. I thought we figured out that, just because he's a Manning does not mean he's going to be great. Look at his high school competition. Look how he played last year. It was horrible. And really, the offensive line does have to play better. That is a big thing for him. But yeah, going on the road in your first start was too much for Arch. Now he's at home. That'll be different in his second year. Last year, last time Ohio State played in Texas, Ohio State won 24-7. And I mean, really, like the Big Ten is just over the SEC. That's why we've seen this. And Ohio State's beat them 2 years in a row. Can they make it 3? I definitely think so. And one of the other things for Texas is, can the O-line play better? Can you get this weak running game going? And can maybe you compensate it a little bit with Cam Coleman, the transfer wide receiver from Auburn? A lot of people have been saying the 2nd or 3rd best receiver in the country behind Jeremiah Smith. And can that compensate and make up for a relatively, what we think, weak running game, as they have got Raleek Brown, the transfer from Arizona State, after CJ Baxter transferred to Kentucky to play for Will Stein. So we'll see. We'll see what they can do at receiver, because last year the receivers, Livingston was your best receiver, and you pushed him out, and he's at Oklahoma now, your rival. For Ohio State and Julian Sayin, I think Julian Sayin has the better offensive coordinator this year. He's a returning starter with a 3rd-year Jeremiah Smith. Man, that is scary. That is terrifying. Also, yeah, again, Julian is the only returning Heisman finalist. And Texas at DKR, it's not the hardest place to play. Julian has played at harder places, at Michigan, the Big House, and especially at Washington. But he has never played in a hostile environment at night. And this game will 100% be at night. 100%. I will put my life's savings, all my money, all of it. I'll put my house on it, my mortgage on it. Don't have a mortgage. I'm 18. But if I did have a mortgage, I would definitely put it all on this game being a night game, because we know the whole thing with Fox, and I'll talk about that in a second. Texas, I do think the thing that I'm worried about is Texas has been Jeremiah Smith's kryptonite. He has under 50 receiving yards in both games combined in 0 touchdowns. First game, 1 reception for 3 yards. His past game was like 6 receptions for like 44 yards. We have seen Jeremiah Smith have 50-yard receptions. He hasn't had 50 yards at all. I will say, even though they have Colin Simmons again, they're not going to have Anthony Hill or the Michael Taft, I think. I know Anthony Hill is gone. So Michael Taft's gone. And then I know, Anthony Hill is gone because I have him in my mock draft. He left. So that'll open a lot more for Jeremiah Smith. The thing is, you don't have Carnell Tate. So we'll see. And with Brandon Inniss, it sounds like Brandon Inniss he might still be the slot, but he'll be the second receiver. So we'll see. Julian also, the thing that made Brandon look worse was he fumbled that one punt, and Julian did not know how to go over the middle of the field. He didn't know how to use the slot correctly. And aside from last year, the slot has always been a really good area of support at Ohio State under Ryan Day. So we'll see if the other receivers can step up. You're not going to have a great tight end this year. I think Hunter Welsing will be good, but we'll see. You don't have Will Kazmarek to help block Colin Simmons. And Colin Simmons in his third year will be tough. We'll see. Austin Servald, I think they did pretty well against him last year, but we'll see now that he's at home in his third year. But yeah, Jeremiah needs to step up. I know on that fourth down early, he had that touchdown that Julian missed, but you have to step up. We can't be having 2 or 3 drops. You have to step up. Both coaches have called plays in the past. Only Sark doesn't now, and can Sark get over the hump? I don't know. Sark's kind of in the position that Ryan Day was in a couple years ago before he won the national championship, so we'll see. Throughout all my position battles, for quarterback, I do have Julian over Arch. I think that's pretty obvious. Julian was a Heisman finalist. At running back, Bo Jackson over Malik Brown from Arizona State. Bo Jackson, I think, has a chance to be the best running back in the country next year. So, definitely have him over. Wide receiver, it's closer now. We got to have Ohio State over Texas. At tight end, I'm giving Texas the edge with Jack Andrews over Hunter Welsing. O-line, I'm giving Ohio State the slight edge just because even though they didn't look great at the end of last year, they've looked much better than Texas all year long. Defensive line, again, giving Ohio State the slight edge. I get they have Colin Simmons, but I do like James Smith, Edric Houston, Zion Grady, and Q Russell, and a senior Kenyatta Jackson. I just think overall, even though Texas had a great portal class, I think that Ohio State gives a slight edge, also because Larry Johnson's coaching it. Linebacker, again, slight edge to Ohio State, just because I trust the coaching so much more in the Big Ten. And Ohio State having Christian Allegro from Wisconsin, you have Peyton Pierce, and you have Riley Pettijohn. Over Texas, they lost a lot. Again, you lost Anthony Hill. So, yeah, I just trust the coaching. James Laurinaitis is, I mean, man, he had Cody, he's recruited what? I don't know if he recruited Cody Simon, but Cody Simon was great. And then you have Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles, Riley Pettish. I mean, you have all these guys, and the linebacker room is so crowded this year. There's so much talent there. Cornerback, I'm giving it to Ohio State. Ohio State has a very veteran cornerback room. And I don't know if you saw the photo of Devin Sanchez. He's looking buff. Looks so much bigger. Safety, again, I'm giving the edge to the coaching, Tim Walt. I think Terry Moore, Jalen McClain's awesome, but Terry Moore, I think he's going to be the best player on this defense if he can fully recover from the injury. Special teams, even though I think Connor Hawkins will be a better kicker than what Texas has, I'm going to give the edge to Texas. Ryan Day special teams has been so bad. So overall, out of 10 positions, I have, well, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I have Texas on what? 2? So Ohio State leads 8-2 in the position battles. If you want to kill coaching, the coaching's so much better at Ohio State. Yeah, but I mean, both teams had top 5 portal classes, so there is a lot of mystery. Ohio State has 51 new players on this roster, so that'll be a big question mark. But yeah, I mean, look, if this was a home game, it's always going to be noon, and it's always going to be a night game on the road. I hate that. It's the thing with Fox. Stop killing us with big noon. USC will be a night game because it's on the road. But all over home games, Michigan's going to be a noon game. At Indiana's going to be a noon game. Give us Oregon as a night game. Please! Please give us Oregon as a night game. Please, I'm praying. Just give us one home top 10 ranked matchup at night. Please, I am begging you, Fox. Please. But back to the stuff that actually matters. I do think that, the Big Ten, they're faster, smarter, stronger, have more money, better coaching, better than the SEC. Coaching-wise, again, Day is so much better than Sark. We have better receivers. Julian is much more proven than Arch Manning. So, kind of like my prediction for this game, like, at least for now, look, no, I don't think anyone's going to go over 30 because I think the defense is going to be too good. It's still going to be early in the season. I have the Buckeyes winning 27-20 over the Longhorns. This is not saying that I am picking Ohio State to beat Texas in my full schedule breakdown, just for a very early preview before spring. I got the Buckeyes winning 27-20. I think Jeremiah is going to get a touchdown finally. Hopefully get over 100 receiving yards. But again, that's all I have for you guys today. Just made a video about the UFO. You should definitely go watch it. But again, that's all I have for you guys today. I will see you guys all tomorrow. And as always, thank you.